these are my top 3 trade ideas for this week. Make sure you're paying attention. We're starting with XAU USD or gold. I'm looking to be a short seller. The market is still in a very bearish trend. Last week we had negative data for the US dollar that gave gold a little bit of upside, while the fundamentals remain overwhelmingly bearish and the trends are still bearish. We can see this reflected on the Edge Finder as gold is still getting a -7 reading. So I'm looking to draw a fib from the high to the low, and what we see is gold is now within the fib zone of 61.8 and 50% retracement. And this also lines up with the previous high on the left, giving us a double top pattern. So I'm looking for a position similar to this with a stop loss at the previous high and a take profit down towards 3,500. Next up, I'm looking at the FTSE or the UK 100 that has broken these previous highs and is now looking like it wants to head in for a retest, giving us this break and retest pattern. We also see the moving averages that are fanned nicely to the upside, indicating that this market is now in a bullish trend. And with the Edge Finder giving the FTSE a bullish score of 8, this is looking like a very high probability trade based on the trend and the fundamentals. So I want to draw a fib from the high to the low, or actually the low to the high in this case. And what we see is the 50% to 61.8% pullback levels line up with this previous level of structure, which reinforces the idea of the break and the retest to continue higher. So I'd be looking for a position like this with a stop loss at the low, looking for a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3 R&R trade. And finally, we're looking at EURCHF or the Euro Swiss, which is broken below its 200 H4 moving average. It's cleared the previous lows, indicating that this is now a lower low. And we've also seen this 200 moving average act as a bit of a dynamic resistance, indicating that the sentiment has changed in this market. And with the Edge Finder giving Euro Swiss a bearish reading of 8, this is looking like a very nice continuation lower trade. And if we just draw a level through here, we can see we've had this level come into play. We've had the break, we've had the retest with the 200 moving average acting as dynamic resistance, so we could look for this continuation. So I'd need a position that looks something like this with a stop loss just above these moving averages, again looking for a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3 R&R trade.